There's a huge misconception about loneliness that being alone equates to depression and a dull, unlikable life. But today, I am going to expose this myth and reveal the actual truth in front of you.
Dr. Vivek Murthy, the U.S. Surgeon General, says loneliness is an epidemic.
So you're saying loneliness is comparable to smoking in terms of the detriment to your health?
Yes.
According to a 2014 study, people prefer electric shocks rather than being alone. But why do people fear loneliness so much? Well, there are two kinds of people when it comes to being alone. One, who can't spend a single minute alone. They won't even have lunch alone in a cafe. Then there are others who actually like spending time alone. They're cool watching a movie or having lunch all by themselves and feel happy about it. On one hand, feeling alone can make people really sad, and it's a big reason why some people feel depressed. And on the other hand, many people boost their mind power by being alone. Means some people can be lost in loneliness and others discover themselves in loneliness. There's a difference between loneliness and choosing to be alone. There is a difference between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness is a feeling and solitude is a decision. But what is solitude? Solitude might have benefits, but what are the negative impacts of it? If solitude is important, then what's the time limit of being alone, and how can we stay alone? And when a research was conducted about 15,000 people, what was the amazing discovery that shocked people? Before I answer these, let's do a quick activity to understand why being alone is important. Pause this video and think about your 5 bad qualities. By bad habits, I'm not talking about bad habits like smoking or drinking. I'm talking about the negative parts of your personality. These could be things like not talking to people, not interacting with others, trusting people too quickly, or anything else that you think is not good for you. Just pause this video. Write down these bad habits. You can also share them in the comments if you feel comfortable doing so. Have you done it? 95% of people would not have thought more than 2 or 3 bad habits. Only 5% of the people would be aware of those all 5 bad habits of themselves. I asked you to do this activity because you don't know yourself in today's time. Don't you have bad habits? Don't you have just 5 bad habits? Actually, you have, but you were not able to recall them. Do you know why? Because you never spent time with yourself. You don't know yourself. You're stuck in your daily routine so much that you can't spare 5 minutes for yourself. And that's the biggest problem. Imagine you're busy working on a big project for school or work. Suddenly, a friend shows you the latest photo of your favorite Instagram model. Now what will happen is, your focus on your work will be disrupted, and it will take much longer to regain concentration and complete your task. As a result, increased distractions destroys focus, while solitude enhances productivity, focus, and memory. Solitude has 2 more benefits. Albert Einstein said, "Solitude is painful when one is young, but delightful when one is more mature." Whenever we face any problem, we have a lot of mental stress. However, when we take a moment of solitude and sit alone quietly and think with the peace of mind, we see everything layer by layer. This means the solutions to even the most challenging problems lie not in external sources like Google, but within ourselves. Embracing solitude can enhance our problem-solving abilities. Number 3, our brain has 2 parts. One part is used when we are actively focusing on anything, like focusing for studies, for a lecture of professor, and the second part of brain is in use when you are doing nothing and sitting alone. That's what artists, singers, writers do for thinking ideas. That's why the world's greatest thinkers and artists like Leonardo da Vinci or Albert Einstein used to sit alone. When you are in solitude and your imagination is at work, your creativity increases drastically. Now you might be thinking solitude has a lot of benefits. But there is a problem: solitude can also have drawbacks. For example, if you can't face people, if you can't deal with situation, and it feels difficult to you, and at that time you think being alone is a good option. It's escapism on the name of solitude. It will damage you in the long run. And if you are not habitual of being alone, and all of a sudden you decided to spend few hours alone, perhaps you might begin to feel restless in a few minutes, start experiencing negative thoughts, overthink, and feel stressed. This can be harmful to your body and brain, because humans best operate when there is a balance. Balance is developed gradually, not overnight. So, if you are not habitual of being alone, then how can you develop this habit? Start by spending just 10 to 15 minutes alone with yourself. By alone means completely alone, not any friend, family member, and most importantly, your phone must not be with you. In the beginning, you might start feeling restless, your brain would want to pick up phone. So in this situation, find activities that you can do while being alone. Maybe take a walk for a few minutes. Start journaling. Ask yourself, what is the thing that is irritating you? What is in your life that is very good? Bring your thoughts in front of you. Meditation can also help you in being alone. Help you make comfortable with yourself. British Journal of Psychology researched on 15,000 people and discovered two amazing things. Number 1, the more a person lives in a densely populated area, the more he is less happy. Second, highly intelligent people know how to live alone and happy. They can organize their thought more efficiently in loneliness. They can focus on their work and goals. But there is a problem: you cannot master the art of loneliness without being silent. Silence is the number one thing that can supercharge your alone time. And there are many more benefits of being silent that I have discussed in detail in this video, like how billionaire Jeff Bezos used silence to make Amazon the best company in the world. So must check it out.